John Thomas Huetz. This is Your Life. Brought to you by Chevrolet. John's life began on a clear, cold Friday morning, November 28, 1941, at St. Michael's Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. He was born to 32-year-old Helen and 33-year-old Robert, a house painter from Orange.
Is that him?
No, that's baby Johnny over there.
Oh, what a cute boy.
Yes, Clarence. Please, let me get back to the story.
Okay.
John's mother and father brought him home and were welcomed by his sister Jane and brothers Bobby and Jerry.
Now, where was that?
They lived at 47 Hampton Place in Orange, New Jersey.
Oh, Orange, New Jersey.
When it's cherry blossom time in Orange, New Jersey, we'll make a beach of our pear.
Clarence!
Yes?
Please don't touch the buttons.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, anyway, as we all know, just a few days after they brought John home and laid him down in the same bassinet that his mother slept in when she was a baby, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, and life would never be the same. America was at war.
Oh, I remember. That was awful.
The anticipation of Christmas, which was just around the corner, was shattered when President Roosevelt spoke to a frightened nation.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
The next year, Johnny's little sister Mary was born to complete the Huetz family. John's family, like so many other families across the United States, had to make sacrifices to help in the war effort. They recycled rubber. They turned off the lights after dusk. They rationed gas, meat, sugar, cheese, and nylon hosiery.
It must have been very difficult.
Very. Life went on like this until John was nearly 4 years old. It was August 15th, 1945, and the war was finally over.
Whew, thank goodness.
Back at home, John was growing up pretty fast, and soon he would be ready for school. He first attended Haywood Avenue Elementary School across town, where he learned his ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and played in the schoolyard with his friends. The Huetz family had outgrown their house, and in 1948, they moved to 428 Tremont Place in Orange.
Oh, that's much bigger.
Yes, it was big. Big enough that they were able to get a dog. Ike.
Oh, I love dogs. What kind was it?
He was a mixed terrier that John's Aunt Gertrude gave him. In the new house, John shared a room with his older brother Jerry, while the girls had a room down the hall. Bobby had his own room, which was really more of a modified porch. In those days, houses were heated by coal furnaces. This one had the modern innovation of the coal being fed by a screw. One of the chores the boys had was to empty the ashes when the bin got full.
Messy.
Back at school, the kids were learning how to duck and cover.
Duck and cover.
John grew up in a time when the kids on the block played in the neighborhood street and backyards. They played kick the can and stickball in the summer, while the wintertime ushered in pastimes like the game Fox and Geese and sledding in the street.
Looks fun. What else did they do?
Well, John and the gang would hide in the bushes till the ice delivery man left for his rounds. Then they would dash up to the back of the truck and sneak a few ice chips. Another delight was being treated to the cream off the top of the fresh milk delivery.
That sounds delicious.
They would hop in the old LaSalle, which had a giant back seat that easily accommodated all 5 kids, and were chauffeured down to the Hollywood Theater to watch movies like Treasure Island on the big silver screen. They had to sit all the way up in the front row because John's brother Bobby had such bad eyesight.
Ooh, makes my neck hurt just thinking about it.
They sold the LaSalle and now would have to pack up a brand new 52 Chevy wagon for the summer vacations. John would spend his childhood summers at his paternal grandfather's and maternal grandmother's 2 beach bungalows in Belmar, which happened to be right next door to each other.
Right next to each other?
Yes, July at Grammy's and August at Grandpa Hutz's. Aunts, uncles, and cousins would converge on the twin cottages. John enjoyed family clam and lobster bakes, riding waves with his cousins and siblings, and going fishing with the next-door neighbor, Gus Eckel. Of all the sunburnt kids, John was the only one invited along and would help pull in a couple doormats for the family feasts.
They ate doormats?
No, that's what they called the very large fluke they caught.
Oh, fluke. I get it. Flat, like a doormat.
After a few more summers flew by, John went on to middle school at the Tremont Avenue School just down the street. The holidays were a lot of fun. The Thanksgiving feasts at Grammy's, where Aunt Ellie and Uncle Fran always found a way to get everyone in stitches. On Christmas Eve, the kids would go to sleep with the house in everyday order, only to awake the next morning and find all the rooms in full decoration.
Santa does that with magic, you know.
Yes, he does. With a little help, I think.
Oh yeah, the elves, right?
It was around this time that John joined the Legion of Paperboys and started delivering the Newark Star-Ledger to the houses in the neighborhood. Up at the crack of dawn every day, pedaling away on his bicycle.
Look at him go.
John worked hard, but he was notorious for throwing a few of those papers off target, about 7 or 8 feet.
Watch out for the window.
Soon enough, it was off to Orange High School, and if John thought the paper route was hard work, then he was really in for a shock. John began his lifelong love of singing when he joined the OHS choir. He excelled and was accepted to the New Jersey All-State High School Orchestra and Choir. They held their 30th annual concert at Atlantic City's Convention Hall.
So many faces. Where's Johnny?
Right there, up front.
Oh, I see. Looking good.
He also joined the school production of Time Out for Ginger, displaying his acting talent as Ed Hoffman, the bank manager.
Is that all?
No, I'm just getting started. He was a real shutterbug and would often be found with his Polaroid dangling from his neck, snapping photos for the yearbook. He was on the editorial staff for the school newspaper, The Tornado. He was a member of Mask and Mantle. He was captain of the track team, senior patrol, and not only was he on the school affairs committee, he was the committee.
Oh my goodness, when did he find time to eat?
John was even in the paper as Teen of the Week in May of 1959. He reportedly enjoyed cars and sports, but could get along without homework on the weekends.
I totally agree.
John went to the school senior dance at Club 82 in Manhattan. And then, graduation. Another summer at the beach, then off to... Clarence!
Oops.
I asked you not to touch anything.
Sorry.
No,
Let me just...
that one over the... no,
here,
Clarence?
Here we go. I think I've got it.
John hopped in his red Volvo 544 and drove down to Fort Dix to begin his stretch in the U.S. Army. After an intense basic training, he was assigned to the 82nd Airborne Company B, Signal Battalion, located at Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Those are the fellas who jump out of planes, right?
That's right, paratroopers, representing every state in the Union, the All-Americans. These specialized soldiers train differently than other divisions. The tireless work prepares the men to jump in behind enemy lines. John had to learn the necessary skills by jumping from training towers and zip lines, studying all the complex parachute equipment and jumping procedures, and learning how to survive in harsh conditions.
You mean eating bugs?
Among other things. In fact, John killed and ate a rattlesnake, had the skin dried and mounted.
Ew, that's gross.
All in all, John logged around 20 jumps. The most memorable one was when he got tangled up with another trooper, with the air alternately catching each chute. The timing worked out that John had the soft landing. The other guy wasn't so lucky.
Ouch! That guy isn't gonna sit for a week.
In August 1962, the 82nd Airborne was part of 500,000 military men ready to invade Cuba during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Fortunately, the stalemate was peacefully resolved before John's division was called to action. In 1963, John removed the brick from his pants and was honorably discharged from the Army. He returned home to New Jersey. He went to work as a house painter with his father's company and continued singing and performing with the Young Adults Club. He landed a part in the production of the musical Oklahoma.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites.
This is when he first met Maggie Marsh. John and Maggie dated for a while and soon were engaged. 3 months later, they were married on March 6, 1965 at Sacred Heart Church in Bloomfield. A toast from Jerry, and they were off to the honeymoon. They honeymooned at Birchwoods in the Poconos and had a great time participating in all the newlywed activities. Old-time water polo, horseback riding, the plane ride, night hay rides, basketball on skates, field hockey on skates, ping pong, not on skates, and hiking in the snow-covered mountains.
Excuse me?
Yes, Clarence?
Sorry, but the guys in the booth are telling me that we have to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Let's pick it up then.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
John moved to Berryman Place, dressed up for Halloween. Moved to 210 Central Avenue in Orange. Traded in the red Volvo coupe for a white Volvo wagon. Had a son, John Edward. Had a second son, Thomas Robert. Moved to 22 Prospect Place in West Orange. Had a third son, Michael Francis. Bought a 67 Falcon van. Started his own business, John T. Huetz Painting and Decorating. Moved to 788 Prospect Street in Maplewood on Halloween. Had another son, Joseph William. Mixed some colors. Had son number 5, Christopher Paul. Sang with the Maplewood Glee Club. Took the family to Expo 67. Bought a 1970 white Ford wagon. Got the kids cups of water before bed. Wrestled the boys until a ceasefire was called. Put up the Christmas tree. Assembled the train set in the basement. Unwrapped hot cycles for Christmas. Built a sandbox. Assembled some monkey bars. Painted the house. Took the boys camping with the Indian guides. Vacationed at Lake Champlain. Bought a 73 Caprice Estate with the clamshell gate. Vacationed at the Provinis in Lavalette. Body surfed some waves. Fished for some crabs. Showed the boys how to eat clams. Bought a 74 green and white GMC Vandura. Climbed a bunch of ladders. Painted some more. Ate dinner at Armando's. Took the family to Jan's in Union. Vacationed in Ortley Beach. Let the kids dangle their feet from the tailgate. Rode some rides on the boardwalk. Went to New York City to see the tall ships. Painted some fire hydrants. Moved to 36 Corder Avenue in Maplewood. Took the family out to Evelyn Seafood. Had a daughter. Finally. Ruth Elizabeth. Put up the Christmas tree again. Bought a 78 blue Oldsmobile wagon. Gave his mother-in-law an oven for Christmas. Washed and waxed the car. Visited the Vermonters. Went skiing. Washed and waxed the truck. Chopped down a Christmas tree. Carved a turkey. Dug some holes. Built a deck. Wallpapered the bathroom, including the toilet seat. Built a playhouse on stilts. Grilled a London broil. Sopped up some juice. Taught Sunday school with Maggie. Sang in the St. Joseph's Choir. Was a cantor at Sunday services. Joined a barbershop chorus. Took the family to the Poconos. Bought an Apple IIe. Bought an 83 Cadillac coupe. Washed and waxed the car again. Updated the attic. Ate a McMuffin. Joined a barbershop quartet. Practiced the tenor part with a cassette deck. Gave an annual buckle down speech. Painted the house again. Put up yet another Christmas tree. Vacationed at Long Beach Island. Joined another barbershop quartet. Bought a Ram pickup. Cleaned some brushes. Painted the house yet again. Bought wallpaper hanging at the adult school. Cruised to the Bahamas. Saw Phantom of the Opera. Saw Les Miserables. Saw Oklahoma. Saw lots of Broadway shows. Painted Ruthie's room. Sang in Sacred Heart Choir. Drove to New Orleans in a Snickers truck. Built another deck. Painted some more. Played roulette in Atlantic City. Gave Ruth a ride on a wave runner. Slowly. Painted the house again. Sang for the Pope at the Cathedral in Newark. Sang at Carnegie Hall 3 times. Had some grandkids. Had some more grandkids. Moved to 27 Tuscany Circle in Manchester. Joined the Celebration Singers. Traveled to the Vatican. Traveled to Prague in Eastern Europe. Sang in a Christmas concert. Had another grandkid. Visited Nova Scotia. Used the bathroom. Missed a train. Took a cruise to Alaska. Had yet some more grandkids. Toured Scotland and England with the Celebration Singers. Played Wizard. Retired. Worked at Riccardi Brothers. Retired again. Got a new knee. And another grandkid. Got another new knee. And turned 70. Happy birthday, John.
And many more.
Brought to you by Polaroid, Old Spice, and Remington.